What's up, comic and pop culture fans? James with Manhunter Comics here today, and I'm here to give you a video of my top 10 books that I, to date, have still not been able to get the 9.8 for. These are books that, to no lack of trying, I've sent them in probably 8 to 10, sometimes maybe even more times, and haven't been able to pull them yet. Industry classics, super recognizable books that I've gone for, and they just haven't gotten it. I'm not going to talk about any really tricky 9.8s that I have eventually got the 9.8 for, like the first appearance of Tefe Holland, like Punisher Limited Series #1. First one up goes to XMen 266. This is the first appearance of Gambit, and I've come across probably about 5 what appeared to be perfect comics over the last 3 years. And each one of them, just to make sure, got a clean and a press 2 before being sent off. Each time has been a 9.6. Never even like a 9.2, 9.4, 9.6. It's so perfectly teasing of that 9.8. Luckily, that book actually has a pretty solid 9.6 value. It's come down significantly, but it is good enough that you can definitely pull a 9.6 on the first Gambit and still do just fine. Still, one day I would love to get it. I don't think I'm done trying for that one. We're going to keep it up. Next goes to Venom Lethal Protector #1. I say #1 because #4, every time I've submitted that book in a 9.8 pre-screen, has gotten the grade. #1, I still have yet to get it. And I'm not sure what's going on. This is, I think, the most submitted book to CGC of all time. Pretty sure. And a lot of people have their 9.8s. So why can't I get mine, man? I don't know. Something about it. And this one I've had crazy bad luck with. I've gotten like 9.6, 9.4, even 9.2s, all after thinking they looked perfect. So something about that book has hidden flaws that, they look perfect to me and somehow it's not a 9.8. I don't know. I think I'm done trying to get it. It's not even the craziest value. There's so many out there that I think I'm just going to move that one raw in the future. Next up goes to Secret Wars #8. I've gotten 9.8s out of other Secret Wars books, but not the big one, #8. And as you can see, there's a 252 up there. I've gotten 2 9.8s and 2 9.6s out of 252. That luck has not translated to Secret Wars 8. Granted, I think I've only tried it a few times. Each time, I'm pretty sure it's been like 3 or 4. And I got the 9.6. So just like Gambit, it's been 9.6, white pages, perfect. And there's a nice little value associated with that. But the thing with Secret Wars 8 is there is a huge jump from the 9.6 value to its 9.8 value. So it is a book I've owned in 9.8 before, but it's not one that I've actually gotten myself. So Thor 337, first Beta Ray Bill. It's been a little while since I've tried for this one. I haven't seen one of them, I don't think, even in the last year. That book sort of disappeared on me, but there was a little pocket of time where I kept getting lucky and finding that book, and each time it looked perfect, or like perfect with like one thing that I thought CGC might be able to let slide. I think I got 2 9.4s and 2 9.6s, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure that's right. So great grades, absolutely. It's just that I thought probability would give me one of those to be a 9.8, and it just hasn't happened yet. I'm no way done trying to get that one. That one's a fun one for me. I love Beta Ray Bill, so that one makes sense. I'm going to keep going for it. Next is one that I just got in a trade, and thank God, because I can't seem to get it myself. Tales of Teen Titans 44. This is the first appearance of Nightwing. Yikes. I mean, granted, you can look at this and know. Sometimes when it has that all-black spine, you know that spine, nothing hides. The tiniest imperfection will show up when you have a black spine, and this is one of those examples. So I know this one's going to be tough. This one I actually don't even think I've ever pulled a 9.6 on. I think every copy I've ever sent in that I thought looked perfect or borderline perfect got a 9.4, which makes sense. How I submit these days is it actually has to be perfect. So I used to like let an occasional thing slide. Now it's like I don't submit it if it's perfect. But if it has a nice little value, I'll keep sending them in. Nothing gets past that book. So that is a really tough 9.8. And that is one of the ones I'm surprised is not worth more. One day I'll get it though. I'll keep going. Next up is a surprising one. It's X Factor number 6, the first full appearance of Apocalypse. At least I don't think or can't remember getting a 9.8. I know I've had a stupid amount of 9.6s for that book. Like I have been personally contributing to the 9.6 on the census for that book since I started submitting. It's a tough one, apparently. I don't know. And what's interesting is every single copy of 5, which is the first cameo of Apocalypse, has gotten a 9.8 every time. I've never gotten a 9.6 on issue 5. Number 6 is a completely different situation. Can't get it. 9.6 works for that book. Trust me, it does, especially if you get a good deal on it, but it is one of the ones where the jump to a 9.8 is definitely noticeable. So it does make a difference. What can I say? Next up is that gosh darn first appearance of Mr. Sinister. And this is an unpopular one for me because I got one time a 9.0 that I just really disagreed with the grade for it. I kept going for it, and each time I did a little better. I got a 9.2, and I think the next one was a 9.4, and I think the next one was a 9.6. So does that mean I'm working my way up to a 9.8? Hey, it could. Maybe it's fifth time's the try. We'll see. I'll let you know here on the channel. But that might be one that if I do get it, I might have to keep just because of how elusive that one's been. And there is a nice value on that book. I do love me some Mr. Sinister, so that's a bit of a James book for sure. So I don't know. I don't think I'm done with that one just yet. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man 299. This is a weird entry for me because I've only submitted it 2 or 3 times. So not the best example. I haven't submitted it so many times like these other ones. But it's just that the times that I submitted it in, I could not find a flaw on the book. Perfect. Corners, perfect. Not even a slightly bindery tear, which is on almost every single comic book ever. Nothing. No, nothing. Like books that were so nice they didn't even need a clean and press, and I still did the clean and press to ensure a 9.8. One of the nicest shaped books I've ever seen. Got the 9.6. A year later, I ran into another one. Same situation. Got the 9.6. So, yeah, that's the first true appearance of Venom, too. So that would be a really nice one to get the 9.8 for. But maybe it's not meant to be. I don't know. I think I still got a few tries left in me for that one. Next up is one that I've submitted over 10 times, for sure. By now, it's been over 10 times. I've only ever gotten the 9.6. Not even 9.4. Just the 9.6. Can't get the 9.8. New Mutants, frickin' 87. I can't get it. And I would love to get it. If I ever get it, I don't think I can sell it because it's been such a long time coming. I have to keep that for the PC. I can't move it. But it's not happening. I have sent that book in so many times. I probably send it in every 4 to 6 months like clockwork. It goes out in a 9.8 pre-screen, doesn't get it. Goes out in a regular submission, gets a 9.6. And again, I'm not debating that the 9.6 isn't a fantastic grade. Don't forget, a 9.6 to most of us is indiscernible to the naked eye from a 9.8. It's the same thing, minus the tiniest thing, something you probably don't even see. So it's a great grade, but god dang, man, where's my 9.8? Whew, this slabbing game will make you go a little crazy, man. Next up, and last entry. I think I'm clocked in at like 20 tries on this one. And this one is not as valuable as some of the others mentioned on this list, but I keep sending it in because I don't believe that I can't get the 9.8. And every time it comes back a 9.6, 9.4, even one time a 9.2. This is the first appearance of Stephanie Brown, Detective Comics 645. Apparently, this is like the hardest book to get a 9.8 ever. I don't know. I've submitted copies that had ever so slightly a little something that I thought CGC would let slide. Because remember, with CGC, for 9.8s, you're supposed to be allowed one tiny flaw. I feel like that hasn't been the case for a little over a year now, but that used to be a thing. So they've never let that slide. I've submitted books that looked perfect, couldn't find a flaw, and still got 9.6. Hey, it's not meant to be. Now I'm going to keep trying because it's like a war, honestly. I have to get this freaking thing. It's almost become an inside joke on my channel next to Captain Carrot. Speaking with Captain Carrot, I have gotten the first appearance of Captain Carrot. I've gotten so many 9.8s. I think one time I got a 9.6. So it just goes to show you the abilities I've earned with my eye for seeing 9.8s. I catch them, gotta catch them all. Can't get that one though. So what are you gonna do? You gotta just move on or try again. And I'm going ahead and trying again. So if you have any near minty plus minty 9.8 candidates, I will buy them from you and I will attempt to get the 9.8. That's it, guys. I'm sure there's more than just this, but these are the main ones that have really given me a really hard time in trying to get the 9.8. Don't forget, getting a 9.8 is really hard. The book has to be perfect. I used to say pretty much perfect. The book has to be perfect. So remember that when you go ahead and do your submitting. And as always, I'll see you at the Sunday claim sale. Don't forget that the Antique Shop has 30% off all FF and Flash books through the entire month of August. And I'll see you later. Love you all. Keep on hunting.